As a woman in science, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, things were not as straightforward. I mean, role models were lacking. And it was very often that women will start a career in science, but will either stop or start to work for others. At the end of my PhD, I was absolutely not convinced I could become an independent investigator. I still went along and did a postdoc, but yet without projecting myself to the next level. And I think what carried me over was not the environment, but it was my passion. What we need to do to make sure that we allow talented people, people with passion to grow, is to create infrastructures and mentoring support that allow people to overcome certain difficulties that will exist in the context of care, especially if you come from low to middle income countries. I think it's extremely important to identify talents across the planet and put all our energy to make sure that they reach their full potential.
And I started out when I was little. I had a father who was a school teacher and put it in my head that I had to get into the scientific field because malaria bothered me so much when I was little also. And we decided then I wanted to get into malaria research, and really that's how I got into it. So we came up with this mentoring project. We got these women together and we taught them the hard skills of writing grants. The idea was let them write grants, let them put it out and try and get some money, let there be networking. You teach them the hard skills, you give them the soft skills. And we did this together. And also in the evenings, we sat down and had a fireside conversation. And you know, it's in Africa, this is very, very important to sit together around the fireside. You know, it shows intimacy with the people, wherever they are, the older ones, the younger ones. You know, it's an open exchange, there is trust. And, you know, when the younger ones heard from us, I had this problem, these challenges, these difficulties, and they were like, did Professor Leke have that, Professor Belkaid have that problem, and so on. And that really inspired them. And I always say to all the women, and I've said it many times, that for me, what you do is you shoot for the moon. And if you cannot get there, you'll always be among the stars.
The passion for me started during my postdoc at Pasteur Institut because I've started to work on malaria there, and I've seen a team of passionate scientists and I have learned how malaria was the first killer of the continent. And I've seen these people working hard to find solutions, and I realized how, wow, science can help to find solutions. And the passion started there. We are trying to train our young people to really work in an interdisciplinary way. And that's something that needs to be strengthened. It's not a normal way to work. People are used to work in their own, So there is a need to have from the top really a strong signal that funds will be given as an example if you work in an multidisciplinary way. And because I know that using science, we may develop our continent, we may develop things, we may change our environment, we may make our life better. So I try to share my passion to the young generation, because I know that only with patience you may, change the game.